Saddle up, it's time for Discord drama, where the threads are messy and the tea is hot. Get ready for the gossip, the chaos, and all the juicy details. This is Beyond the Mat, and we're diving into the drama that's shaking up your server.
Does anyone have a BOTG location in Montana they'd want me to check out? My crew and I arrived yesterday, and our solve had a big old private land sign at the entrance.
Day 2 of BOTG there was a tick waiting for me on my car door window ledge. 11/10 will be bringing a tick key, tick spray, and bug spray. LOL, I hate bugs.
Welp. No coffee this morning. Thanks for that. Fucking Amazon refuses to deliver to my van, grumbles they are the only ones I've found that sell the folder's individual coffee tea bags. Not instant coffee, normal coffee, brewed from tea bag. It's quite good, actually.
The fact you have been BOTG does not make your opinion more important than others, and certainly does not give you the right to be rude. Please stop.
Another BOT in the books. I thought running into searchers would be a friendly, "Any luck?" Friendly hello. The trail was packed and everyone pretended to just be enjoying a casual 8-mile Wednesday stroll without eye contact.
I had so many things I should have taken pictures of when bocce and didn't gold fever is real.
Do we think the checkpoint will be visible from Google Earth/Maps or even visible from Justin's map? Or will it only be confirmed through BOTG hunting?
If you are in Yellowstone right now, I'd like to talk to you. I want someone to go and see if I have worked out the right coordinates to the treasure. I'm in the UK and I think I've got the exact spot the treasure is in, but I can't go to Yellowstone anytime soon and the suspense is quietly driving me crazy. I really feel like I have the exact location for the treasure. If you are BOTG at Yellowstone right now and you feel like you might like to take a punt on me and my coordinates, then please message me. And if you are an honest person, which I believe you treasure hunters are, then we could share the treasure. I have worked out quite a few things. To prove I am not joking here, the Ancient Gates is a specific mountain in Yellowstone. No, Google will probably not help you find it yourself. You'll need to know why it's a reference to a mountain, though the reference comes from a very old book. Send me a PM only IF. You are in Yellowstone right now if you are feeling like you fancy taking me seriously.
Not to say you're wrong, but just how would an ordinary person solve this without access to your very old book? Just a note of caution to everyone. What you see on Google Earth is never what you encounter being there in person. What looks like a wide open space turns into a narrow place between hills. Speaking from experience.
Tie eyes. That little hidden lake that's 10 minutes away from the Sawtooth Lake Trail that everyone thinks is it, myself included, before I went botki, looks like a flat hike through some downed trees. Manageable. It is, in fact, a miserable climb straight up the mountain through waist-high saplings and hundreds of crisscrossing downed trees that you have to walk across like tightropes. It's actually easier in the snow because it fills up over everything.
Can't wait to come back and laugh at this. Remind me. 1 week.
My daughter's in Jackson, but she has to work today. She probably has plans tomorrow because we're celebrating our independence from a tyrannical monarchy, which is kind of ironic right now. Anyway, she might be able to get up that way on Saturday. Maybe Sunday? But it will be found by then, right? FWIWI. I don't think it's in Jellystone, but I'm not smarter than the average bear. Boo-boo.
Which part do you like best about tyrannical monarchies? The one in Britain now where a meme can put you in jail? And the one the founders left behind? Or is it all laws you hate? I need to know because I desperately want to live in Bermuda. Barbados too, frankly. So I may just show up and demand they accept me without any legal fees or nonsense that so many others endure. That is the new normal for folks, I guess.
Yeah, it will be found today. Sorry.
What if Justin hid the treasure in a pile of yellow stone, just so he could say at the end that the treasure was hid in Yellowstone? I don't think it's hidden either, but that would be a dumb ending that I'd personally find kind of funny dad humor style. Or maybe he spread some jam on top of the stones. Jellystone?
Etched a blaze on the stone. Treasure is actually at the local Firestone?
He didn't etch any blazes on anything, and no, it's not Firestone.
Wasting your time. He literally said, not in a park, and you don't have to pay.
I think the problem with any solve is Justin didn't make it solvable from your house. There are multiple things at play. But ultimately, you require BOTG to even validate the area. So, retrieval is not possible without recon in my eyes.
I am going BOTG tomorrow. If I do not find it, I may share it. If I don't find it, doesn't mean it's wrong. Just means I didn't look in the correct spot. LOL. But when I seen it, my heart skipped a beat. Lol, I found it by accident looking for my solve, and I have lined up every line in the poem, so fingers crossed, lol. Not saying I'm correct, and even got other things in the book to line up, including the 42.
The treasure is not hidden in Yellowstone. However, I bet the checkpoint is. That then guides you the rest of the way. I am almost certain at the checkpoint there is a bottle with a note or some kind of note that tells you where to go next.
You go for it. Since you posted, you must be asking for verification or to he challenged. I really don't think Justin would basically have you go to FF Spot and jump to Iron Springs, just figuring it out from there. May want to have some more ideas when you get there. I'm sorry, but if Justin just copies Forrest and then misleads significantly about free access and dog-friendliness, Yellowstone or neither of those, then I'll be insanely disappointed.
Honestly, we should create an LLC collectively with the sole purpose of finding this treasure. All of our BOTG trips could be expensed, and we wouldn't have to pay taxes on the money spent.
I figured out the location, but I'm too lazy to go BOTGA.
I went BOTG for others and found what I needed, but it was dark and pouring rain, and I didn't want to put my hands in the wrong place. I had to go back. 6 hours of extra driving.
Do you think people are sending JP their checkpoints?
You know what is absolutely hilarious to me about what he said there? A couple weeks ago, I got downvoted answering a question about how he, or we, would be able to verify the original location of the treasure. And I specifically mentioned how the computed hash value would change if it was moved and be different than the one that is stored online. People with apparently very little understanding of how hash calculations work, and, more importantly, why you employ them, told me that I didn't understand what I was saying. LOL. And now, here we go. Because the act of moving would, in turn, change the hash value. I guess they think Justin doesn't know how or why to employ hash values either.
In case you don't get it, do not send him shit about your guesses.
I've been BOTG twice to the same spot and twice forced to retreat due to thunderstorms. I don't play with lightning. Anyway, each time I've gone with a theory and completely overlooked different aspects of solves. I was stumped by foot of 3 and the bride and such. It's on my 17 HR drive home each time that new revelations come to light, new theories discovered on forums and posts that I overlooked. This adventure has reignited passions I once had as a younger man. I find myself back in books, reading, studying, relearning things I once had interest in and now finding interest in things I never cared to learn. I can't thank Justin enough for this amazing adventure. I've seen some beautiful country along the now 6,500 miles I've put on my truck chasing this riddle. We're so blessed to have access to these beautiful lands we all own.
BOTG update. I am shocked and demoralized that the treasure was not at our exact location when we went BOTG today. A direct, calculated effort after 3 other trips. We even had Justin's logo line up perfectly with the X on our spot. So many clues fit. I am baffled. I thought the treasure may have been found due to heavy-looking footprints in the area, and when we came out of the area back into cell service, I was surprised to see there was no announcement about it. I feel a bit crazy to still have zero doubt, even though it wasn't there. I'm sure others can relate.
I feel for you. From when this was announced until just about 2 weeks ago, I was clueless and hadn't figured out a single clue. Suddenly, things just clarified to the point that I was willing to go and check 2 X's I had marked on a map. It was a very disheartening and humbling experience. Of course, I poked around some in the general area of those 2 X's, but I definitely came home with my tail between my legs.
I can 100% relate. It's a roller coaster of emotions. Like they say, most treasure hunts end badly.
I think Justin and everyone else who has gone BOTG can attest to the humbling experience of hiking out your once clear and bright, super hopeful solve LOL. I have yet to experience it, but you are already miles ahead by doing it. I wish there was a better word for failures, because sometimes we learn the most from them, which only focuses our goals and ability to plan in the future. So long as we reflect on it, hopefully you can keep getting out there and enjoy the journey and return each time with souvenirs in the form of good memories. Good luck!
It was probably my footprints. I was the crazy girl just looking at sticks asking, does this look cut or broken?
We've all been there. BOTG is not easy physically or emotionally, but the disappointment dissipates in time. You're left with memories of being with your family or friends in a beautiful place with cool historical places to explore. And you can always save up, go back to look for the treasure.
OMG. Went out 4th time was not a charm. LOL disappointing. Then I remembered. Did he say it was in the Rocky Mountains?
I get it. I'm headed out for my 8th BOTD right now. Last weekend I was certain, but I think so. Know what went wrong. Hope it's a different outcome this time. The emotional roller coaster is insane. At least you went for it, though.
He should make a second documentary. Beyond the map's edge. Look at these idiots.
Good morning, searching community. Tomorrow is my birthday, 53 years old, and I will be BOTG, searching with my family. What an awesome bidet present. I have early onset Parkinson's disease, and it is damn hard to get out in the wild places, but I do it. I do it for the experiences, memories, and enjoyment. That's my treasure trove. This quest has benefited me greatly as a puzzle to keep my mind active and an adventure to keep my body active. I can only do so much on trail and off trail. I get back and my body is pissed off for doing so much activity, but it is worth it.
Sounds like people aren't having the best luck, BOTG. I am with you. Just short of 9K and 100 stories that were worth it, I followed my heart and the pictures that were drawn in the maps. Played fetch with Tucker with an eye on the mountain that sat slightly any of a foot of 3 at 20 degree. If it's not there, where is it? Crazy Lady Anthem commenced. Do we just perceive these things to be here, or are they? I'll be back and back again until it's found.
Not to be annoying, but I do believe we solved it. After nearly a week of me and my hubby thinking about it 24/7, eating, working, and even sleeping, LOL, the constant OCD and compartmentalizing may have paid off. Because it all is finally coming together for us, just like a river flowing through time. Each and every rhyme did just that. I will say, I had to step back a little bit. That and slow down with the theories of others. Because, all due respect, but some of you all only confused me more. Anyways, now that each stanza in his poem seamlessly flows with an actual image in our mind, we are ready. It is time for BOTG you all. We hope to see some of you out there. Side note, I honestly just wanted to share this in advance. So when the big reveal comes, you all can see I wasn't joking. Not this time anyways. Some hints really are valuable, especially if you are astute.
Some photos for my first and second boots on the ground at the Maiden Rock fishing access site, along with a couple other places. I'm heading back for another round! Can't wait to find out what I might discover this time!
Maiden Rock looked good. There's a place up the canyon to the west where you, for a few minutes, can't hear the creek. I wanted really bad for that to be water's silent flight, but I just couldn't piece it all together.
Feeling 100% sure it's in one specific state must be amazing. I look forward to having that level of confidence. Oh, go get it. Good luck. I'll be sitting here with my pile of maps and theories about almost every state.
When BOTG first time this past week was really beautiful up in the mountains. I think my solve is good, but the final search spot is too large to search in a small amount of time, 1-2 days. Things I was thinking about, though, which might help others are. 1, Justin would have hidden it in a spot a dog could get to. 2, what exactly does surrounded insignificance mean? Historical significance? Fishing significance? Impressive mountain scenery? 3 a.m. I going to need insulated waders to walk in the water to find it. Hee. Cheers to all searchers. And luck as fall.
Biggest nightmare of the hunt. I can't imagine being one of the people out there that actually live within a 5 to 10 mile radius of the treasure and never knew it or watched the show.
So my search area is fairly close to 2 homes. Not super close, but like a mile maybe anyway. At the book signing, Justin asked my husband and I where we were searching, and we gave him the general location, and he asked where exactly in that area, so we told him the road we use as a parking spot. One of the homes I mentioned is on that road. Then I told him that we needed a jump to our battery the last time we were there, and the guy who lives on that road, Tong, helped us out. Then he said, "Oh, I know Tom," and I thought he was teasing me, so I asked 2 more times if he really knew Tom, and he said yes. I really know Tom. That just cracked me up and blew my mind. So if I'm right, then someone he knows might live within a mile or 2. Wouldn't that just be wild to find out? If I find it, I'm sending Tom a small token for helping us. He was so very nice.
That's what happened in the hunt that I won. The comments on the Fox News post were crazy. People were outraged that they didn't know treasure was hidden in their town and they didn't have some inside scoop or were notified to search. Sorry, not sorry, Spartanburg SC residents.
There's nobody living there, but fish.
I see all this buzz that the cipher is rainbow. I really don't have the patience to sit through a rambling 1-hour video. Would someone be willing to give me the Cliff's Notes version? What is the cipher text they claim you start with? And what is the cipher system used?
Everyone is wrong. It's clearly Justin Posey mocking us all. I deciphered it myself, and it says, "A win, bro."
No wheel touch checkpoint soil. Foot traffic only. Says so in the audiobook.
This treasure could be any $F has shot ing where. It is 2:21 a.m. in WA state, and my head hurts. Oh!
Not really. Justin is a creature of habit, and it can't be where he hasn't been.
It was my first BOTG experience after reading BTME, and I found interesting things here, Olympic National Park, and places nearby.
Regardless of it all, the experience of exploring new places and meeting new people is just priceless. Thank you, Justin, for the effort and creativity behind the whole project. Happy hunting, y'all.
I've been on the Crescent Lake, Strait of Juan de Fuca, and Deception Pass from the beginning. Justin lived out here, and we have lots of ties to history, granite, and various other points in the poem. Don't discount Washington just yet.
Yeah, but
He makes it clear that the spot has connections to his childhood experiences, places he visited with those who are most important to him. Even though some chapters mention him in Tucker at Washington, I feel like it's somewhere in Montana or Arizona. We'll see.
My son and I are headed to Big Sky Country for 4 days on 4th of July weekend. We have no illusions of finding the treasure on our first try, but we have worked through the palm and have a very clear destination that fits without any tweaking, so who knows?
Yes, and download offline maps before you go. I thought I'd get service in Polaris to download them, but no such luck. Same in Wise River. Service was good in Wisdom, though.
My kids love digging at Crystal Park, and they surprisingly also really enjoyed walking around the Bana ghost town, since you can walk in all the old houses / library / hotel, etc. You can even peek inside the Masonic Lodge.
Just FYI, the road beside the post office, Billings, it's a private drive. There was really only one road accessible after coming through Crystal Park of Scenic Byway, and it's the one to Sawtooth Lake area. You can get pretty far on that road without SUV. Also, the Coolidge area. If you park there, you can walk to Comet Mountain area and Saddleback. Just in case you're going around there. Thought I'd share.
Also, if you buy the Onyx Extreme Edition app, it will show you in real time as you walk towards a waypoint. Must run off satellite in order for it to work. Use your GPS as well, and bring lots of water. Make sure to go to Bannock and Coolidge for some fun, as well as driving around this hole to see all the amazing mountains surrounding it.
Anyone have any tips on acquiring bear spray?
All of the hunters who fly into SW Montana should get in the habit of leaving their bear spray in the Lost and Found at the hotel. I had to buy it each time I was there. Luckily, I was able to give the second one to a hunter who had just arrived and didn't have any.
Heading home. For those in Dilian, I just left my 2 new cans of bear spray at Gracie's. They're sitting on the table out front.
They should have a place at the airport where confiscated bear spray for the departures are offered to the arrivals.
Someone could make a decent hustle renting bear spray out of Dillon or Wisdom. I had to give mine away too. Ain't cheap.
Stopped by Gracie's and gave her my bear spray and pocket knife. If you need one, she might have it for sale.
I only carry bear spray to defend myself against crazy hikers.
If I find it, I will pay off my house, which isn't that expensive. And the rest of it will go back into another treasure hunt. I think what Justin has done is amazing. And what Forrest Finn did was amazing. It has made such a close-knit community of treasure hunters that are enjoying this epic adventure. I couldn't bring myself to be the end of that. If I found it, I would have to build another one. Might mean people smarter than me to help make the puzzle, but it would happen.
I drove up to the Sawtooth Lake trailhead in a hybrid rental Camry. It's not terrible.
If you are taking your city slicker dog, suburban dog park star, or a country bumpkin chicken chasing dog into the wilderness, you may consider some precautions to ensure that your dog returns home alive with you. There is wisdom in the old proverb, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Your human first aid kit won't be much help to your dog, so bring one that's made specifically for them. Dog first aid kits include basics like vet wrap, saline, antihistamines, stipetic powder or cornstarch, Hootie S, an extra leash and collar, and especially for larger dogs, some kind of actual or makeshift sling to help carry them if they get seriously hurt.
I had my dog off leash in the Rockies when we came upon a bull elk. My dog is a hunting dog, so it stopped and pointed. The bull elk took off, and my dog gave chase. My dog is like 60 pounds, and if that elk wanted to, it could have easily killed my dog. God forbid we come up on a bear or mountain lion. My dogs are well trained, but once they get into that hunting mindset, it is hard to call them off. I always use a leash now.
Really, this is the wild.
And people should ride in packs. Pets should be leashed as well as children. I was heckled by hikers because I had my 5-year-old daughter on a leash. On the face trail to Nevada Falls, okay, they need to do them. Be safe. Rattlesnakes. Oh. Poison bait, toxic water are not forgivable. They will kill, as will predators. If you love them, keep them close and safe.
I had a great time investigating my first solve in Great Falls this weekend. My solve went from a sundial to the end of the rainbow at Rainbow Dam. Incidentally, this exact spot is where Lewis's compass rose labels due north in his journals. I was sure we were onto something. Once I was in Great Falls, I suspected this place may not have the general feel of a place one would hide a treasure. But we carried on and had fun.
Got to spend a nice long weekend in SW, Montana to check out some sights. Like most people, SWNT has been my top place of interest after reading the book, doing research and scouring Google Earth for weeks. Apparently, this was a popular weekend for famous treasure hunters, as I just missed running into Cynthia according to the park ranger at Bannock. And I think some others were doing a meetup as well that I didn't know about until Sunday. Oh well.
In the queue, Justin is asked, "Did you put a blaze on a tree?" To which he sternly and jokingly replies no. But the PTSD from Finn's blaze must have triggered him, because he went on a rant about how Finn's couldn't stand the test of time. He then proceeded to say he designed his in a way that could. Though, he did also say under a very special set of circumstances his could be damaged, but he wouldn't bet on it.
Today, the retrieval mission commences. I've put in the effort and believe I've understood what Justin laid down in the poem and the book. While I'm not 100% sure every piece of this cryptic puzzle is perfect, it led me to Secret Valley,